they're doing like Nicktoons, right? It was just
Yeah.
pure Nicktoons, but they're doing like their power stances, like with the stars and like, and the dude's on the fucking ground screaming on his knees, like, it's like, damn, that is the hardest version of Eddie I've ever fucking heard.
Are we live?
We are. So what's going on, guys?
Ashley can stop being racist, or it'll be great.
Yeah.
Welcome to Discount Gaming. I am one of your hosts. I'm Business 01.
Mortimer Smith.
Mr. Blue, no damn E.
Akali.
Chaotic Bash.
With
With a short hair now.
yeah. Have we told anybody else about it?
Not really.
No, not yet.
We hadn't, what is it called? We didn't record on Tuesday.
Nope.
Yeah, we were supposed to. That's
But
when
you
I was
had
supposed
cut
to
it.
reveal it to, what's his name?
Huh? Hayden.
Hayden, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I always want to, like, I know it starts with an H. I'm like, I should really just think H, my son's name, but no. That'd be an easy, like, but yeah.
I'm the worst with names, though. Like,
Yeah, I'm the same way. I can remember faces. I can't remember names.
Which does you no good when you remember everybody's face but nobody's name. You're like, hey, guy.
That's why I call everybody Bud.
Yeah, what you been up to? Man, you still working at that place you worked at?
Right. No, it's like for me, like if I to remember somebody's name, I have to associate it with something. So like the car they drive, or like for you, like the hat, or like some shit like that.
You don't do the thing that, what's her name, Anna Faris? The girl that does Scary Movie.
What do you mean?
The white
The main girl?
in Scary Movie.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. But
What's her real name? Anna?
I have no idea.
But in that one movie
It's a
where
little-
she's with Ryan Reynolds, and she meets somebody and she says their name. Oh no, I think it is in Scary Movie, where she says their name all demonic, like Amanda.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Sorry, it's this thing I do to help me remember your name. Like,
Right? And it's like okay.
yeah, that'd be fucking weird, yeah.
God, no, hell no. But as big as I am, like especially if I go out somewhere and I'm wearing my mask, hell no.
is it a little dirty up? It might be.
It might be.
It might be a little.
Yeah, it looks
dirty.
like we have like a.
Smudge.
Yeah, it looks like a fingerprint. I know the difference between
Right
a
in the
fingerprint on the
center, too.
lens.
It's literally blocking blue completely.
Yeah, it is.
You look like that guy on like the news camera being blurred out.
So then these three guys walked in through the back.
Can I clean it?
That's adorable.
Technical difficulties.
It's a good thing he has really nice teeth, though.
Nope, it's still blurry.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it's too high. I think the lights are hitting it at a weird angle.
I don't know.
It's a little better, I think.
Yeah, a little bit.
Is that better? Is that good? Is that a good angle?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry, guys.
Try this again.
Oh, don't worry. We're bringing the professionalism.
No.
The
we're
movie is House Bunny and her name is Anna Faris.
Yeah, it was Anna Faris.
not. The fact that he.
Is it the house bunny? I don't think I've seen that movie like once.
Is that when she's like,
The fact that he could just fire that off.
I don't know. I know that I found the movie The Girl Next Door
Oh, that's a
and
good movie.
downloaded it,
That's such a good movie.
and I'm ready to watch it now.
It's such a good movie. That has
That one dude that does Justified. Is
Mhm.
it Justified? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We were talking about him for one episode
yeah,
for some reason.
because it was Justified, and then he's also the one in
And,
Santa Clarita Diet.
yeah, there we go. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
And we still haven't started to watch that.
I fucking love that show.
We were talking about the same movie.
we
Right?
should make a list
Yeah.
of all of
the one
Yeah,
where the
he's
girl's
the-
a porn star.
Yeah.
He's her, like,
Yeah.
her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's
Manager
the
or whatever.
That's right.
like the manager or some shit like that.
Yeah, I was like the one where she's a porn star, drops off of that, and goes back to
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
She falls
never
in love
seen
with a
that,
high
have you?
school kid.
Yeah.
I would have to.
And then they make
This is like
the
early
prom,
2000s.
yeah.
right?
the sex ed porn video.
I was
She's a Playboy bunny that was
7?
kicked out for being too old, became a house mom for a sorority. He's talking about House Bunny.
Was that
Again.
pretty much the same plot to Easy A? What was Easy A about?
Easy A was a girl who made up a story about having sex during the summer.
But it was
and then
what's her
everyone
name,
called
Mary
her
J.
a whore.
Watson. Or no, not
No, that was
what's her name, Cat.
I was like Mary Jane Watson, Spider-Man.
No.
No, she's
You're
in
talking
Spider-Man,
about
but
Gwen- Gwen
wrong girl,
Stacy.
Gwen Stacy. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
My bad. So which one would be your favorite Spider-Man? Or if you were Spider-Man, which girl would you go with?
I actually meant to bring this up because there was a post that I saw on Facebook that showed like, what is his name?
Emma Stone, yes.
The first kid that played Spider-Man.
Toby?
Yeah.
McGuire's?
Yeah. And it was like that. He was one of them, and then it was the like 3 other Marvel movies, and it was like these will always be the best ones, and I was like, no, fuck
No,
no.
they aren't.
Those are the
didn't
ones
you
I
like?
grew up with, and
Huh?
I'm still
Who
not,
didn't you like?
Nah.
Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
You didn't like Tobey Maguire?
Fuck no.
Well, I think
He was
like
a
the third
shitty
one was
Spider-Man
really
and a
bad.
shittier Peter Parker.
The third one was bad. The first one was.
See, I thought Andrew Garfield did a damn good job.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta
hell
give
yeah.
it to the Green Goblin in that one.
I didn't like how they
William
made him
Dafoe.
dumb.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Willem Dafoe.
Because they dumbed him down in that one, right? Like,
What?
Spider-Man? Like, he was supposed to be really, really, really smart, but, like, he kind of wasn't really.
No, like it was weird because it's like he was trying to be like the comic book Spider-Man Peter Parker.
I think it was
Well, yeah,
it was
more
geared
like-
more towards kids though.
Yeah, but I've never liked him as an actor. Like just never.
Yeah, I was all like, well, what? Nah.
And I'm not a.
I can't think of
I'm
any
not a
good
fan
movie
of
with Tobey
what's her
Maguire.
name.
Exactly.
I'm not a fan of what's her name that
We're gonna
played,
get so much
I
milk
think I
from
don't-
Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, I don't know any other movie with Tobey
Yeah, I
Maguire.
can't. Really think of, oh, I know he was like in Seabiscuit.
Yeah, I think so.
Was he?
Yeah, he was
He's
the
main
jockey.
character. Yeah.
Fun fact: I've actually raised Seabiscuit.
A jockey? Oh,
No, my aunt was a horse jockey.
really?
Yeah, but my dad raised the line for that Seabiscuit came from.
Oh well. That's some good work if you can get it for a racehorse.
Yeah.
Either that or they just put you down.
Yeah.
But hopefully, if you've won like a cup, they're like, yeah,
Oh yeah.
go get all those
Yeah,
mares pregnant.
because my dad did the family line for Seabiscuit, and then we did the O'Toole family line. Like that's what we did growing up. Was we raised quarter horses?
That's cool.
See, I didn't like who played Mary Jane in the original Spider-Man either.
Oh,
Yeah.
but I like Kristen Dunst. Though.
I'm not a huge fan of her.
Well,
Yeah.
Well,
She's one of those for me. It's like from very specific angles, I think she's attractive, but all in all, not so much.
see, but I think she's about our age.
I don't know, and I mean, I just don't find her that attractive, and I don't think she's a good actress.
Oh no, I didn't say she was a good actress. But
Yeah,
she's cute.
like, maybe in the dark.
We won't go there.
She's one of those like every time I try to like remember her face, I always like mentally picture her as cute until I see her and it's like, ooh, I was way off.
What is
Missed
it?
it by that much.
What is it?
So
It's
then
all
you
the,
would've
it's
gone
all the
with Gwen
same in the
Stacy?
dark until you
What's
feel
up?
that iPad.
You would have gone with Gwen Stacy.
Gwen Stacy was a slut in the first Spider-Man.
Yeah, she was. But in
Sorry.
You didn't sound disappointed. Yeah, she
yeah,
was.
yeah, oh yeah, buddy. But the in Andrew
Emma
Garfield.
Stone Gwen Stacy though.
Yeah, yeah.
Emma Stone.
But
you're really good.
what was it? I think it was the Andrew Garfield one.
I liked
the-
him as Spider-Man.
Oh, dude, I thought he was great as
But
Spider-Man.
apparently, a bunch of people bitched about him being Spider-Man.
We've had this discussion. I think Andrew Garfield was a great Spider-Man,
Spider-Man, but
not so much a good Peter Parker.
Yeah, I was agreement with that one.
Yeah, but
Because you can be a good one and not be a good
yeah,
other.
but the other one, the more recent
Tom
one,
Hardy.
Tom Holland.
Not Tom
Tom
Hardy.
Holland. Yeah,
I was like,
yeah, I said it. And I was like,
That is a
wait.
gigantic
I
fucking
was about to say, I
Spider-Man.
mean, technically they're going to be in the same movie soon, but...
Yeah, but Tom
Is
Holland.
Tom, are they still gonna do a second Venom?
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's confirmed
It's
because
Carnage.
Was it the
Yes.
first one not so good?
I'm sure it's not.
I liked the first.
I enjoyed the first
I
one.
liked it a lot.
I never watched it.
It was alright.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, they confirmed it. It's Carnage.
Yeah,
And it's got Tom Holland in the credits already. So,
Yeah.
But he's not allowed to say a freaking word at all
It's probably like 2 seconds.
about any of it.
It's probably like honestly
But they're
2
doing the
seconds.
same thing they did with the Avengers. You know how when they first cast Tom Holland as Spider-Man, he leaked out some of the
Yeah.
information?
Oh, did
So, yeah, so what they started doing is they don't give him the script.
Yeah, so Sony won't give
He
him
doesn't
any
learn the
details.
script until the set day he's on set.
Oh,
He
shit,
he
that's
gets
speed
handed the
acting.
script and goes, "These are your lines for this scene.
Do you
Go."
think that's just made up though? Like they actually do have the scripts, and there's never any leaks. Like they
No.
tell them, like go ahead and say this.
No,
or we'll
Tom
pretend it
Holland
was
flat
written.
out said, "I screwed up." and
Yeah,
talked
no,
too
no,
much.
because-
What did he say? That's the. I missed that.
It had-
Because when they were filming it, Disney gives everybody a choke order. Like they're not allowed to leak any details or anything like that because they want it to be a surprise for everybody.
and it had something to do
and-
with Civil War,
Yeah, and
Captain America: Civil War. It had something to do
Tom
with that.
Holland leaked something, and then the guy that did the Hulk.
Oh yeah, I know he for sure.
Yeah.
did
Oh, he
some-
leaked all kinds of shit. To the point where Disney
Mark
almost.
Ruffalo, right?
Yeah.
I was like, don't say some guy. It's Mark Ruffalo.
Damn,
Yeah,
I am good with
I-
names.
I
What
couldn't
was
remember
saying?
his name.
No, but Mark Ruffalo's. I like him as an actor. Like, he's,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Good guy, good actor. But
He was in Goodfellas, I believe.
was he?
Yeah, he was his little brother. He was the guy in the wheelchair, like stirring the meatballs at the end when all the helicopters were following him around.
I'd have to rewatch
I
it.
want to say, I hope I'm not way off.
But yeah, so Tom Holland and Mark Ruffalo were so bad about leaking stuff, they didn't start getting stuff for the movie
Yeah.
until they were on set filming that scene. Then they get handed their lines. Said, "Read
It's 'cause he
these
just
at this
talked a lot,
part."
huh?
Yeah. Well, and it's
with
like
Tom Holland, it was because he was so new to the acting thing.
Yeah.
He didn't understand that he wasn't allowed to talk to his friends or talk to anybody about what was going on.
yeah, but even now, like
Wow.
Sony's already given him a gag order for it, but they have said that he'll get his script a month before they start shooting, just because like this one's gonna have so much to it. But in that month, like he's not allowed to go out. He's not allowed to do press conferences. He's not allowed to do.
Oh yeah,
anything.
that's true. He was in Now You See Me.
What's
Now You
oh,
See Me
that's
was good.
right.
Wait, who? Oh yeah,
Mark-
yeah.
yeah,
He's like the king magician or some
Yeah.
shit.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
the
it-
fifth horseman.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he's in both of them.
You know what's a fun fact about Tom Holland though? Before we actually moved up here, we went to San Antonio.
And he has a nice butt.
Well, yes, but no, there was like Spider-Man, Iron Man,
I'll scroll
Batman.
over. Oh yeah, he does. Wow.
Like all of them
works
dressed up
out.
on the side of the highway, you know.
Mhm.
And little did we know, it was
Yeah.
the actual.
It was Tom
He was
Holland.
Tom Holland.
Was it the one that they do across the
He does
street
a
from
bunch of
Freebirds?
movies.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking love those,
And
man.
like they're over there, like with Transformers and like
And
you
everyone
guys were
dressed
there?
up.
We
We
Yeah.
were there, and we
So-
saw all the kids interacting with them.
shit.
And then like at the end of it, you go to Tom Holland's Instagram, and he's like, "I'm just out here off of 151 in San Antonio."
Yeah.
He takes the mask off
And-
his Spider-Man suit. And I'm just sitting there going, "Motherfucker, we were just there."
Yeah, he did a whole live on Instagram about it. And he goes,
Alright,
"Y'all
I
come
made
out
it
to
wrong.
Freebirds and all this other
Really?
stuff." And
I know he's somebody famous.
About him having the nice butt, or
Oh no, I didn't.
or him starting.
I
the
like I
meatballs?
could bring a picture up
So-
real quick if you'd like.
We do have to bring this up too. Minecraft Dungeons.
Yeah,
It is a really good freaking game.
yeah,
We're having a blast with it.
yeah. What we've been playing that and Star Wars Battlefield 2,
Battlefront.
whatever.
Might as well be Battlefield at this point because it's just like the EA's
Yeah.
Battlefield games. But it's
After
fun
practically
too.
dragging you, kicking and screaming into the lobbies.
That's because I did not hold out hope after the disaster
Yeah.
of the first one.
But I mean, you should know my
You haven't
opinion on games
played
now.
it.
Yeah.
Like if I say it's a shitty game, it's a shitty
And then we're
fucking
playing
game.
My Hero.
Sorry guys, we're on Instagram Live.
And she's like, "Eh."
Oh, okay.
As we're on
Really,
camera.
really, we're on a fucking camera on YouTube.
that I'm fine with. Too many people know me on Instagram, and I
Yeah.
don't.
I don't know how to put.
I don't associate with
Anything
people
on here.
Oh,
on Instagram.
Jesus, shut up.
Dude, how do I put the? I put the link on there.
It's always fun.
Mortimer
Yeah.
Smith
It's always
started
fun
a live
playing
video.
My Hero though.
Mhm.
He's
gotta
like,
get
I
that
don't know where to
wide-angle
put this.
view.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I guess I was thinking of Kevin Corrigan.
Join us on YouTube, guys.
Yes, please. The links in the
Description below.
That's all I was
comments.
saying. We should be using the discount one.
Yeah, go to Discount
Okay.
Gaming 1 on Instagram. Follow
Yeah.
us there and get the link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's there.
Discount Gaming 1. You heard it here.
You heard it here.
First, aside from YouTube.
Mortimer Smith started a live video on Instagram.
See, I didn't get notifications.
Like, we've been playing My Hero. We played.
Which is great.
We've been playing Battlefront 2.
Today we started playing Minecraft.
You've seen Pineapple Express, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the other henchman.
Okay, it's been a minute. Okay, what were we
Yeah.
talking about? I'm lost.
Yeah.
Man, I can't remember his name. The other guy.
Seth Rogen.
Yes, that was one of the guys from Pineapple Express.
But
Kevin, I know it's Kevin something.
Brandon, you've been
No, not
playing. You
Spacey.
played My Hero.
Yeah, it was
What'd
fun.
you think of it?
Oh, Craig Robinson. Him and
I
Craig
thought
Robinson.
it was interesting what they did as far as making it multiplayer, like the 4 players.
Yeah.
Where the
Like-
other 2 players play as the sidekicks.
Yeah, like that
Yeah.
part's pretty cool. Because I've always hated waiting on the side.
Yeah.
Like, to get my turn, right? Like you can just go in and then you're as the sidekick, you're not really that big of a deal. You know, it's mainly the 2 guys, but you're still kind of helping.
I don't know. I mean, there's been a number of matches where the sidekicks can completely decide the match.
But you're
Because
saying-
you can
but-
take your opponent down to 1 hit, because as the sidekick you can't deal the final hit, obviously, but you can trap the other player and just keep whooping the crap out of them, and then be like,
Yeah.
all right, stun them, flip out of the way, and be like, last hit's yours.
But what I'm saying is like you don't have to worry about your health. You're not
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
You're just there.
You just have to
Playing,
make
having
sure
fun.
you have to make sure the main character doesn't just
Yeah.
turn around and smack you once
So
and
wait,
send
you're
you
playing a
back
video
out.
game and you're just there having fun?
Yeah. Yeah,
Because
no,
it's
you're right.
I mean, we have fun, and I know Mike's probably watching this, but he's kind of a sore loser when it
I didn't
comes
see when I
to.
got home.
Yeah, he was knocked out.
Oh, yeah.
All you do is hear Mike bang on the door.
Right.
I am not a fucking loser.
Sore loser.
I don't know. Like, with as much as I've played that game, I think the only thing that they could have done to make it better was instead of having you and the sidekicks, just have all 4 players out there.
At
Just
once,
yeah,
just
like
just
like
brawling.
do like 2v2 or just free for all. Like
That'd be
4
interesting.
characters out there, just
Like
kicking
having
the
that
shit
option,
out-
or
yeah.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
But just imagine, like, all of them are, like, grouped up, and, like, I'm playing as fucking Endeavor, and I backflip out and just throw my arrow and hit all 3 of you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
Because
still,
that
like,
background explosion is...
And it's the main characters or the 2 main the 2 superheroes. It's them that kind of like dictate where the camera goes too.
no, the camera is totally.
I noticed it like when
Well,
you guys would,
okay,
like, get
if they're
hit
in the
up and
air-
shit, yeah.
Yeah, then we can't see down on the ground because it is
Yeah.
going to shift focus up. But again, for that, it's jump and then press your strike button. You'll charge up in the air with them. But like,
But I would love to see just a good 4-player free for all game like that.
that would be
Yeah.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And all the characters are cool.
I was about to say, I don't think I've seen a game like that since Budokai Tenkaichi 3 came out.
Power Stone.
What was that?
Dragon Ball Z.
No, say it.
Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Progress.
Yeah.
The Tenkaichi tournament.
But no, like the last game that was really like that was Power Stone. Originally out for the Dreamcast, and then it was re-released for the PlayStation 3. And that one, like, it's just got a bird's eye view, and it's all 4 players, and it's just a free-for-all.
But
Yeah.
I don't like that you like just the bird's eye view. Like I don't like that. It's just
Well,
it seems too.
it's not really high up, but
No?
but
Oh,
then
okay.
again, like, to give credit where credit is due, like all the combat takes place on the ground, so it doesn't
Okay.
have to be a really high
Okay.
camera.
And
It was more what, like 2D-ish?
No, it's full 3D, but it's like
It's like angled like upward, like you're saying. Like,
Yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
like if this is your camera and this is your arena, the camera sits like right here, and that's where it stays, and just everybody's in here, beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, it's not focused on anybody.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I mean, but the way they did it in like Dragon Ball Tenkaichi 3 is they split screen.
Yeah,
I can't wait to
shitty.
play the Dragon Ball games because like
Which one?
Just any of them because I haven't.
Xenoverse.
I haven't.
Xenoverse is really good.
Xenoverse, you create your own race.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you want to be a Saiyan, a human, a Majin, or a Mechian,
What's a sand dude in Dragon Ball?
A Saiyan. He's a
Oh,
Saiyan.
Saiyan?
Yeah, like Goku.
is a full Saiyan.
I was like,
Oh,
you know what
okay.
I was thinking, right?
And
Okay,
then
that's because it sounded like you said sand, but
oh, in
Yeah.
Xenoverse 2, they added Android and Frieza. Or no, in the first one had Frieza, right?
Yeah, it didn't have Android though.
Yeah,
Android would
second.
be cool.
The second one has Android. But the second one, word of warning, the second one is great. It's better than the first one in my opinion in every aspect of the game, except for in order to progress past the end of Cell Saga, you have to buy the DLC pack,
so it's like.
and it's irritating because.
Did you buy it?
Yeah.
Of course he bought
I was
it.
extremely irritated when I did, though.
Right.
When I had to. Well, it only took me a
I
week.
put in my credit card number with a very angry face.
Yeah, no.
It
If
took
they
me
could
a
have seen
week.
me, they would have been like, "Whoa, that dude's irritated."
It took me a week to beat the story mode for the second one.
Oh, okay.
And then they came out with the first DLC pack. I was like, not really that worried about it. Then they came out with the second one. I was like, alright, so they just passed the Majin Saga of Z, and now they're into Super. Crap. And then they released the third, and I was like, alright, I gotta buy it now.
Well, to be fair though, in the first Xenoverse, they were the.
They did the Battle of Gods and the
Yeah.
Revival of F DLC packs, but to be
Yeah.
fair, Xenoverse 1 came out before even those movies were
Yeah.
announced.
But I mean, it like if you do want to try it, they actually have the second one on the free to play list.
Do you have any
Yeah.
on you have my 360? Do you have any on the PS4 right now?
The PS4 is they have Dragon Ball Fighters, which
Yeah.
is like Street Fighter, but Dragon Ball.
Well,
Well-
it's not like Street Fighter.
I don't know how else
I'll
to put it.
I'll let you play it.
And then they have Dragon Ball Xenoverse
1 and 2.
1 and 2. Other than that, there's not another Dragon Ball game for PS4 that I'm aware of.
Not unless you count Jump Force.
Nah.
And does it like when you're playing that, like it's a fighting game, right?
Yeah.
So like, does it like cut into like the mini games as you're fighting? Like if you pull off this like
Sometimes
combination, it does like a
um,
little movie and that's it.
In Dragon Ball
Like the way
Fighters, it
Naruto
does.
games were.
Yeah,
Did you play those?
in Dragon Ball Fighters, it does like when you do certain specials, then it actually cuts to a cutscene, and it's like this real big animation of like them powering up
Right,
and doing
yeah.
the move and stuff.
That's what's cool about those games.
Yeah.
In Xenoverse, it'll do the cutscene, but you can be interrupted
Oh yeah.
during the cutscene.
That makes
And the second thing is like, so say I'm playing Goku, he's playing Vegeta, he does the Gallic Gun, I do the Kamehameha. If they collide, you have to run the joysticks
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah, like
to power
like,
struggle
Yeah,
over it.
whoever can rotate.
Oh yeah, that's always cool too.
Yeah, whoever
And-
can rotate the joysticks the quickest, like that's what determines the power struggle.
And like if
I
you
like shit like that.
if
Yeah.
you have Goku and you use the Spirit Bomb and you throw it, and your character has full stamina, you can actually hit circle, and when it hits you, he'll put his hand out, and you'll start pushing the Spirit Bomb back towards him.
And then that's
and then it
another
becomes
minigame.
another power struggle.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And it's
How are the graphics?
I could get
on
into
those?
the
that
graphic.
game,
I'll
They're
show
really
you.
good.
Oh, I don't have it
And maybe
downloaded.
if I got into that game, it might make me want to watch the actual series.
Yeah.
'Cause I haven't gotten into any of those.
But
just because I haven't finished. the series.
Xenoverse, okay, so if you want an RPG fighter game where you can go and create your own race or character, Xenoverse is great for that. And if you play Xenoverse 1 first, it takes you through the whole story, and then you can actually carry that character to Xenoverse 2.
Okay.
Now, the character you
And that's when
carry-
you can build your own, right?
Yeah, you build
Yeah.
your own in Xenoverse. The character you had in Xenoverse 1, you don't actually get to play as him, but he carries over into the second game, and you become his trainee. And so you can pick 5 of his moves and take them to the new game with you, as long as they're not locked in the new game,
I like that.
basically.
That's cool.
So like for me, I have Emperor's Death Beam, which is Golden Frieza's freaking barrage of fucking beams, and it's considered the most broken move in the game. But it's also the hardest move to get in the game. Because you have to defeat Frieza in first, second, third, and then final form. Then you have to beat him at 100% power, Golden Frieza, and then you have to beat him in Golden Cooler.
And Golden what?
Cooler, his brother.
Oh yeah, I haven't gotten there.
You have to beat Golden Cooler, and they team up against you. It's just 2-on-1 at that point, and it's all in one survival fight. So you don't regain health through the whole fight in order to get that move.
I'm sorry, Cooler and Frieza, the
totally.
names.
Yeah.
Well, there's Cooler, Freezer, King Cold,
And
All you
Chill.
do is
And
add
Chill.
herbs to the end
And
of
Lord
it.
Chill.
pretty much. Yeah, and Lord Chill.
What does that guy do? He cools.
Right.
He's a cooler.
He's very chill.
I'm going on break.
Now, who's Odie? I think that's Solo.
Oh,
Almost positive that's Solo.
but I mean, I don't recognize the name, so welcome.
Welcome.
So last night we were going through
okay.
the games that that are on his 360, and Mike was all like, I was like, oh, there's Street Fighter on here, and Mike was all like, man, I would dominate you in that game. I was like, well, I've never played it before. I've never played this one before.
Yeah.
See, I think that's what
Hey,
made
he
me
was
so
all
mad
like,
about
oh,
My
yeah.
Hero, too.
Yeah.
So, My Hero, he played for like 2 days before John was like, hey, you want to play? I was like, all right, cool. So I picked up the controller and instantly went into playing the Naruto Shippuden games. Because
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
used
it
to the
plays the same
Naruto
way.
games, right?
It's Solo.
And the controls just handled pretty much the same.
Oh, yeah?
So I started kicking the crap out of Mike, and he's like, I don't like this.
Yeah, so I started kicking Mike's ass right away, and I was like, well, I've never played this version of it. I mean, I did have the original version when it came out, but, you know,
Oh,
whatever.
Thomas.
And, like, I was just pulling off, like, all the
don't
old
know who
school
Thomas
moves. I was
is.
like,
Yeah.
oh, he still has that
Solo
move.
is
Cool. And he was like, why are you
animation.
playing that guy? And I'm like, well, I was just trying him out. It seems cool. And, like, because I picked E Honda. And I was all like, you're not going to do anything with that guy. I was like, all right, we'll see what happens.
So 360, that was either
At 5, I think?
well, because they released Street Fighter HD. They released Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
That wasn't one of those.
Yeah, it was just straight up
Street Fighter
Street Fighter.
4.
It might have been 4.
Did
It looks like
Like-
a manga.
like a mix of like kind of grainy graphics and watercolors.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's 4.
That's what I was appreciating about that game. I was like, I love the way they did this. 'cause
Yeah.
you know they could make those dudes look like totally
Oh, yeah.
real, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
can see every sweat, like bead of sweat.
Well,
on
that's
them, but-
that's how 5 is.
Yeah.
Like it's super detailed, but I love the way they made 4 look
Yeah.
because it looks very like traditional Japanese art kind of.
Poor Ash. We done switched to something she doesn't know about.
I mean, I do. I just.
But if
I
you,
just played that today.
if you
and-
get the chance to get it, I would try Xenoverse. It's not your basic fighting game. Like it's not.
Try the free one.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
before
they have
you-
Dragon Ball
before you buy
Xenoverse
it.
Lite,
Yeah,
Okay.
which it just lets you. It creates your character. You
And
go
that's on
through the
PS4, right?
yeah.
yeah. You go through the first chapter, and then if you don't like it, you can go buy it. You don't have to buy it. But it takes you through the first chapter to get you used to it. The handling and the controls on it. Oh wait, Kakarot's also the new one that just came out.
Yeah.
With the controls on it and stuff, take a minute to get used to. When I say it's a big map to fight in, like it's huge.
It really is.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's
imagine,
not
because,
like
they're going. I'm sure all over the place.
yeah,
It's
and
like
you
dynamic
can if
and
you
then
use like
back
your
and-
finisher and they move, and it hits the ground, it transforms the whole terrain.
Mhm.
Like if it hits the ground on the earth, you see the earth like blow like a giant hole through it, and it phases out to a cutscene, and you see the planet start splitting into pieces,
Yeah.
and you come back and you're fighting in a blown up lava wasteland,
Oh my god.
Yeah, they really went above and beyond on those.
and you can slam your opponent into a building, and they'll get stuck, and then blast them, and the building just crumbles underneath them.
It's like unethical, right? Their fighting style.
What was the name of that one game
Price
on?
for
I think it was on the PS4 where you're a detective and you're trying to find like a serial killer.
Well,
It was the one I was telling you about earlier, but I can't remember the name of it.
because there's Sole Suspect.
No, it wasn't that one.
There's Heavy Rain.
It was
which
Heavy
is-
Rain. I was like,
Okay.
I know I'll
Okay,
recognize this.
okay.
as
So
soon as you
so
say
Heavy Rain, you're actually playing 3 different people.
it. Right. That's what I was saying.
Because you're playing the main character.
That shit will give you anxiety. Yeah. Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
see, they're like, oh fuck, like oh
Yeah.
shit, grab the drill, grab the drill.
You're playing the main character,
In a video,
which
my hair looks like.
is trying to find his kidnapped son while going through like mental blackout periods. You play the detective
And you play the girl that
that
guy
helps the main
kidnapped.
character. Yeah.
I told
But I
you.
was talking about like that game, like you're watching like the clip,
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and then all of a sudden you see the X smashing. You're
Yeah.
like, oh shit. And And then all of a sudden you're like in the middle of something.
Yeah, that game gets really intense really fast.
Yeah, that was a cool game. I never finished it, but like,
I still have
playing
it. I
Either
still have
way,
it.
it's because you keep wearing.
Because they're also the ones that did Detroit Become Human.
It's the same
And again, you
reason
play
why
3
they're
characters,
fathers.
but they're all AI cyborgs. And you're playing through, and depending on, in both games, depending on the decisions you make, completely alter the games.
Yeah.
Like Heavy Rain, I think Heavy Rain has 23 different endings, and is all based on what you do.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Because there's various ways that like you can the way it ends, right?
Oh yeah, 23 different endings.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
And those are as intense as just one decision you make can completely alter everything else.
Well, it's like those video games that are actually movies, and then you make the character's
Yeah.
choice for them, and it can change the entire outcome of the
Yeah.
whole movie.
There was that one Black Mirror where they did that too. The Black
Yeah.
Mirror movie.
Yeah.
But you could only do it if you're watching it on a device, not on the
What was
TV.
it called though?
I don't remember. I never actually got to do it because we were watching it on the PlayStation and not on like on a phone.
Well, you can activate it like if you're watching it on the PlayStation.
No, I guess not at that time because we tried it and it
Oh,
didn't
okay,
let us.
okay. Yeah, because now they have it so like if you have the controller, you can actually like mess with it on the Xbox One and the PS4.
Like you're saying, go through the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also another one where you can sync your phone to it, and like whenever it comes up with an option, it'll show up on your phone, and then you have to choose what option. So that one gets really cool too.
Very interactive.
So what is your type of game? Like what games do you play? Because I thought
Portal
you were-
Knights.
Which one?
Yeah, I play Portal Knights, but my theory of games is just more along the lines of like Destiny and Call of Duty and stuff.
For
That's-
like shooters?
Now, I'm not that good on a video game, but take me to a gun range in real life.
See, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, we've seen this smudge. We've tried to fix it, and it's
Has it always been there? It wasn't there last
No.
time.
no.
I
I
couldn't fix
think
it.
I think it's a combination of like maybe a smudge and the way the lights adjusted.
Condensation.
Because he
Or it might be nicotine. That's a big thing with
He,
glass.
Well, the table's also positioned differently tonight than it usually is.
That's true too.
because he always told me, like when I first started playing Destiny again, I was terrible when I first started playing again. And then he took me to his friend's place and we shot guns out on the
My leg got
pasture.
stuck.
And
Is that what was going on? I was trying to figure it out.
Yeah, no, like, I pushed the chair back and I went to pull my leg to the side, and then the table came forward and pushed my leg back into my chair.
And after we left, he told me, he goes, remind me never to piss you off if you have a gun.
Is it with a real gun? Are you a better shooter than him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And I
Well, we've
think
had
you
this
got-
discussion with the chicken suits.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Right. That's what we're supposed to
Yeah.
do. That's our next stunt.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
one? need to make that happen.
Yeah, I missed that.
Okay, so
We figured she would perch up like outside of the window where the studio used to be.
yeah,
And we'd be
But-
running around in the backyard, like going side to side
Yeah.
to see if she could hit us,
yeah. So she would be in the
With
window.
what?
like a paintball or
Yeah,
airsoft.
Yeah, well, no,
Oh my
no, with a paintball gun. I'm not doing no fucking airsoft. But she would be there with a full hopper and a paintball gun, and I think it eventually came down to us just wearing like chicken hats
Yeah.
and then like shorts, and then we would run through the backyard and see who she could hit.
Like the ones that they sell at
Yeah.
Walmart, the big ass ones.
I
just-
don't. You do.
Oh yeah, those ones that were giving
I got
people
it.
lice and shit when
Yeah.
they first came out because everybody was trying them on.
Oh my god. People are idiots.
People are idiots. Why would you do that? But yeah, what's your favorite type of gun to shoot? What do you like to shoot? Like, do you shoot handguns, shotguns? Like,
more like
have you ever shot a shotgun? Mm-hmm. Did it knock you back a bit?
well, the first time I did, I was 5 years old when I first
Who
shot
the hell
my.
gave you a shotgun at 5 years old?
My dad gave me one.
I mean, I was raised. He's been out to my grandmother's. I was raised in the bumfuck nowhere, and
Population 7.
My dad bought
like
me a,
no, my hometown only had like a population
Oh, you guys had to
of
clean it?
maybe 800 people total.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was that little.
And how far were you from like a major city? Like this is like the type of place where you live in. It's like, oh, we gotta go to Walmart. That's a day trip.
35 minutes.
About 35 to 40 minutes from here to Walmart.
From her
See,
grandmother's
that's too
house.
inconvenient for me.
From her grandma's house to the Walmart, I can get there in 25 minutes if I'm hauling ass.
But driving like regular 55, 60 on a normal road,
Guys, we
It's
promise
like-
that's not a penis.
it's like it takes you about roughly.
If you look at the camera with John's going
It's
to the
fucking-
Q-tip, it comes
it's
right at the
fucking-
screen.
It's fucking Woody's point of view when he's cleaning his eye. You remember?
Yeah. That is just not doing
That's
it.
better.
No,
Oh no, never mind.
no, I think
Hold
it's
up, it needs to focus. It needs to focus.
What'd you put on there? Did you put
It
alcohol?
needs to focus. Hold up, give it a second.
Let it
Yeah,
air
no.
dry.
I'm just ready for Hayden's
No, I think we're too
reaction.
far away. Like, I think it's blurring you out because you're out of the focus.
You think that's what that is?
Yeah. Because if you
No.
look, it's not just him. It's everything behind him is blurry too.
Yeah, it's getting better though.
Yeah, give it one more.
Synchronized moving of the table. Shuffle, 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 shuffle.
But,
Sorry, but that was taking a shower.
But yes, I shot my first shotgun when I was 5.
Hey Hayden, have you gotten on Conan yet? Question mark.
Oh, he hasn't seen you
Well, I
yet.
mean, if he's listening to you, I don't think you need to say question mark out loud.
Blue really do be looking like a brown dot too.
Outie.
I think we do need to move. If anything, yeah, we can probably scoot it up a
I mean,
little
it's
bit.
not dirty.
So yeah, maybe we just are too far.
Yeah.
Because
I
I don't
mean,
want to be looking like a brown spot.
all I did was yank the table out.
Ta-ta!
Yeah, I think we should probably
Remove stuff.
We'll just move forward a little bit.
Hang on.
And this, oh shit.
I'm still trying to waddle.
Yeah, since we're closer to the camera now, show what we have. And we get these drinks in.
And
There was
he
a
is
fucking
just
cockeyed
he is
shit.
just still blurry.
Not as blurry though. Pretty
Yeah.
definitely helped.
Oh.
Everybody's drinking this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think you want to try the moonshine, huh?
No.
No, thank you.
That's this.
Can
this
we
is,
save that till after I have the baby?
This
Try
is.
another one.
Oh man, it's just gonna get stronger by then.
Exactly.
Drop a few cinnamon sticks in there too, and just let it sit.
Well, they have like Old Smoky moonshine. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
Those are delicious.
Yeah.
You're wrong, Hayden. He watched the ring tape. That's why he's blurry.
Hey Hayden, what do you think? It's gone.
Or do you want two?
No, I'm good like that. Well, since I was off today, I've been drinking.
Oof, I can smell the alcohol in that one too.
Yeah, but
It's delicious,
you
though.
can't taste it very much. I swear.
Gay.
Alright, so
I'm not
this
touching that until you make that a shot.
Yeah.
That's not full.
That's a pansy shot right there.
There you go.
Tries to hand me half a glass of it.
I don't want that much.
Oh hell no! If you gave me this much, you have to shoot the same.
He's like, shit! My hand's not
No,
steady
fuck
enough.
no.
Oh shit.
I was like, this
You didn't-
boy tried to
I didn't
hand me
realize
half
how
a
much-
glass.
How much I gave you.
There. So, for those of you guys playing the home game,
Oh, here.
this is what we're trying today.
Pie hole.
Apple pie whiskey.
Apple pie.
I wonder if it
And
tastes like a pile.
they're gonna try it. I've already drank it. I've been sitting here sipping on it since they handed it to me.
Yeah, yeah. You brought it to the table, and we're all sitting here talking, and Bash was like, "Arr."
Shall we?
Cheers.
We'll take this shot in honor of Ashley.
Sorry, Ash. We love you.
I'll just drink my Dr. Pepper. And cry in peace.
Those are the best kind of cries in peace.
All I taste is apple.
Oh, that is terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't even
That
have
is
the. It has like a
terrifying.
tad of a burn, and then it's just gone.
Yeah.
That's why I like those old smoky ones. Like
Yeah.
the one that's full of cherry. Oh man.
Cheers.
Yeah, but you put that in the freezer for a little bit, just to get rid of that burn.
And
Oh,
it goes down
man.
cold
That's
and
a good, like,
smooth.
Well, that's what I said.
Hangover.
When they first handed it to me, it was like really, really cold. So I'm just sitting here, all I taste is apple, no burn. I'm like, oh, this is dangerous.
Yeah.
I could
for
sit
real.
here with this in a glass and just sit there and drink it.
Oh
Oh yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Still blurry.
And
Oh, man.
it's an adjustment.
It might also be whatever's in the back. What's in the back? No.
I don't know. We've been. I mean, every time we record so far, we've run into some type of lighting
Yeah.
or something issue. So it's still trying to figure out what we're doing.
Imagine us trying to take, like me and Bash trying to take a family portrait together. They wouldn't be able to get the lighting right no matter what.
Yeah.
I'd have to throw it on Photoshop and just cut the image in half.
Yeah,
Like,
and then
okay,
put it
let's
together.
darken you,
Right.
let's lighten you, adjust the background on both.
Hayden said the burn is the point. Then why do you drink rum? It don't burn.
Yeah.
No, well, I don't know. The one that I have, the Sailor Jerry, that's got a nice burn to it.
Well, say that the
Yeah.
name just tells me it has.
Or sorry, mead.
nice
He
little
drinks
kicks.
mead. I said rum.
Mead doesn't have a fucking burn to it. You
Yeah,
pussy.
that's what I was asking. He said the
If-
burn is the point.
If you're drinking mead and it has a burn to it, you shouldn't be drinking it, my dude.
It means
Peach
it
Crown
prob-
doesn't even have burn to it.
Oh, that peach cross.
But whoever this person
Solo
is, I don't know.
Solo said he had peach crown. He didn't say it burned.
Yeah.
Peach crown doesn't
No,
burn.
peach crown is.
I was talking to my dude at the liquor store about the one Maker's Mark that I want,
Mhm.
and all those bottles are individually numbered.
Oh no shit.
They come from one specific barrel. They
Damn.
only release them twice a year.
It's kind of like the winter whiskey that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. They like he's like
different.
now that it's out, like once we saw that, we're out for like 6 months. I was
Damn.
like, fuck, I need to buy that.
It used to be like how the
There's
Peach
only
Crown
one real
was,
good rum.
right?
That's 151. They don't
That
make
used
it
to be
no
how
more.
Peach Crown was. Like,
They stopped making 151.
No,
But,
no, it's
Bacardi.
still released only once a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bacardi quit making 151.
Same with the Captain Morgan watermelon. It's only released once a year.
You guys seem to have so much of it.
That's because I don't drink a whole lot.
Yeah.
You guys always
Kraken's
have that one.
okay.
It's better when you mix it with Dr. Pepper.
Kraken reminds me of those fucking 99-cent bottles.
It's a cool bottle though. The Kraken bottles. Guys.
Yeah.
But it's like we were talking, like we had this get together to play Dungeons and Dragons, and I bought a bottle of 151 from the liquor store in Kerrville, but Bacardi quit making it altogether. Like you can go online and buy a bottle from someone who kept one, and they sell it for like $3,000 by Bacardi because they just discontinued it. So the other one I bought, we were like, oh yeah, we'll treat it like regular 151. We're passing it around, just shooting it.
Ooh.
No, bad idea. That stuff was not made for shooting. That stuff was made to mix.
Or clean an engine.
Yeah.
Poor Chris. He
Fucking
was so
just
hammered.
pouring it. Fucking
Yeah, right. Hit a little for me, a little for you. But
More
no,
for me.
Well, no, we just got to the point where like Chris had made a few mixed drinks, but we started playing D&D and got into it. And so we just had all the bottles sitting there just passing around in circles, just shooting them as we were passing it
We
around.
still need to play a game. I
We
think
do.
we could start a podcast for that too, like that.
Well, that's what we had talked about with Multiverse Mayhem.
Yeah.
We never really took off with that idea.
No, because
But
we
no,
switched
but,
the office, and then from there it was just.
Yeah, once all
Dungeons
the
and
cards got
Dragons,
spread out between 4 rooms, like,
Yeah. Well, all the cards are over there now.
yeah, I still can't put most of my decks back together. Like, I don't know where they're all
I
at.
have them all.
No, I've seen. Well, Mike brought me what he thought.
Yeah, no, I have them all together over there. But it's one of those things like I love Magic, but
But I'm saying
Like,
like,
I-
a
like, I
D&D
go through
campaign,
phases.
though. Like
Yeah.
that would
Oh,
be
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like a 5-hour episode.
oh yeah.
The
Oh,
only
yeah.
thing I would
Cut
have with
down,
doing
cut down. That
something
would
like
be
that
definitely
is
editing.
that means Mike is actually going to want to play.
Yeah.
We would have to be.
We would have to PG-13 it.
Well, that would give us more viewers.
That's true. But Mike has been begging me to play because I
Well,
left.
Mike cusses more than any of us.
That's true too.
No, we can't let him.
Yeah. Well,
shut that shit down.
so apparently YouTube's new like thing is within the first 90.
Just
Is it
say
90? 95 seconds, you can't have a curse word or profanity
it's the
at all.
first 3 minutes.
First 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Fuck!
It ain't.
But after that 3-minute mark, you're free.
YouTube says that.
Yeah, that's their new thing.
I'm surprised we haven't
Even-
gotten banned
yeah,
from
no,
YouTube
that's-
yet.
Yeah.
But
no
we're
shit.
not that big, you know. I can imagine.
That's
Speak for
true.
yourself. Oh.
Wait, what? Someone died before you? I'm so confused. Oh, we're talking about at the D&D get-together we had where we were all drinking.
Oh.
Yeah, Chris was the first one done out of everybody there.
He's getting weak in his old age.
He can't
I've
handle
had my
his
fair
liquor.
share. I can't talk shit.
Yeah, no, you have stories, my man.
I mean, we have one of them on video.
Yeah.
Actually, I think we...
It still took me like a whole last week to watch that.
Yeah, no,
'cause I couldn't-
we only have one on video, and then we have the story of you walking face first in the door.
Into the edge of the door.
Into
And
the
then
edge
into
of
the
door.
I think we
Man.
were still recording. He was just off camera though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was right before we were fixing to end the video, and we're like, okay, let's help Brandon, and then
Yeah.
all you hear is ka-thunk.
Yeah, because he was running around like a 5-year-old,
Yeah.
like high on pixie sticks.
And then next thing you know, he's passed out on the floor in the
He
living
came
room.
rushing out of that bathroom, just boom, right to the edge of that door, and I was like, oh, oh.
Man, this has been Discount Gaming.
Pew pew.
Right?
We're gonna go help our buddy over here.
Or like one of the very first videos that we were in, and Sebastian, he does the little double gun, and John's like, did you really just double gun
the mic?"
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he
I
always
had
had
to
a
think
real
of
hard
him.
time figuring out where the camera
Yeah.
was for some reason.
Well, it's like the first time I did it with you guys, I waved at the mic.
Yeah.
So I said,
No, yeah, when he was doing his introduction,
Yeah.
and you are, and he was all.
Hi, I'm Bash.
No, he didn't even say anything.
yeah, I just waved.
He
at
just
the mic.
waved at the mic.
There was no camera.
And then, like, for the next, like, 2 or 3 episodes after that, like, he was doing this rather than looking at the camera, and it's like,
And now we get a collie.
yeah, right?
It wasn't your turn, but your. We did intros 5 minutes ago.
Like I said, it's not my fault. I was drinking from the 151 bottle.
No. You have 0 excuses.
I was about to say, we didn't force the bottle down your throat. I don't think there was any of us strong enough in
Yeah.
that house at the time to have done said thing.
Jesus.
So, did you guys hear that Netflix did announce that they are gonna go with the live action Avatar?
Yeah, they're
series?
doing a remake of the live action.
Really?
But like it's
Yeah.
for sure. Like
Who's
it's
doing
like the Netflix.
Netflix?
But
So-
it's gonna be like like episodes. It's gonna be live action episodes.
Oh,
It's gonna be
and
series.
Hayden, you might
No,
find
because
this
they
one.
fucked Death Note all up.
It's not gonna. I feel like the problem is they
Yeah,
rush
but
into it.
They
It's-
fucked Full
Yeah.
Metal Alchemist all up too.
They really did.
Archivist.
They really,
Alchemist.
like Full Metal, they actually did really well on. Bleach, they did really well on.
I didn't see the Full Metal one.
I thought it was pretty good. But, like, Death Note...
There was a live action Full Metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still on Netflix.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Death Note, though, that was a fucking train wreck. I like, I guess their originals, their movies and the shows are really, really good as long as they take their time with it.
Yes, exactly.
Well-
like they can't be rushing this shit.
Yeah.
It's not that they're remaking the show, they're making the remake of the live action that they've already made. The movie.
I know what you
But
mean,
Netflix
but
never-
it sounded really confusing.
Well, I know, but it's not that Netflix is sponsoring it. It's they're doing the
It's M. Night
remake.
Shyamalan.
I
doing
don't
it?
know.
I don't think so. I think it. I
Dude,
don't know.
if they're like, yeah, we're gonna bring M. Night in, but no.
You lost
fuck
us at
no.
Let's all do
Right.
let's all do ourselves a favor and go to
Well-
Netflix right now.
Right.
Let's all go to Netflix right now.
Right.
Well, I don't have
We're
that.
gonna boycott that.
What I was saying, Hayden, is it's rumored right now
I'm gonna go to
that
everybody- every family
Toriyama
member's,
and Toei Animation have contracted. Is it Ghibli or Ghibli?
Studio Ghibli.
Yeah,
Say it in Japanese.
Ghibli. They've contracted them to do a Dragon Ball remake. Like, no. It's gonna be all of Kid Goku's story in one movie.
I know.
And they contracted them to do the animation for it. So it's gonna
we lose the Ash part of the audience.
Yeah. No, this is where we lose the whole, like, art style. Dragon Ball's just gone at that point.
Wait, what's going on? I missed that.
No, because when I
It's like, no.
Okay, I guess it's not what we're talking about.
So this is the art style that has been rumored to be the Goku and Vegeta.
Oh no, dude. You can't do that.
But
I love Studio Ghibli. I love their movies. Like, they're all amazing, but you can't take something like Dragon Ball that's been around for so long, like, it has its own iconic look, and change it. Like, you can't.
No, you can't.
No, it's like.
But and then
it's like what they did with Teen Titans. It's like what?
And it's like I was
shut your fucking mouth.
Teen Titans Go is not great.
It is amazing.
It is not.
It is amazing. Fuck both of
I
you.
guess I've never seen Teen Titans, but I enjoy Teen Titans Go. But
Thank you.
in their
Leave it-
defense,
leave it at that. Leave
Baby
it at
Jace
that.
likes it too. So
Who?
And so does his two little ones as well.
I love Teen
my
Titans
3-year-old
Go.
and my 4-year-old love that show. But you know,
I don't know.
That's okay. You really want to piss
And
off?
John.
You really want to piss off Mike? Tell him Amazing World Gumball is so stupid it makes your nose bleed and makes you want to shit your brains out.
Amazing World of Gumball is.
I love that show so fucking much.
And then he
it's
tried
dumb
to-
in its own way.
He tried to counter with saying Adventure Time sucked, and I just
Nah,
looked at him and
Adventure
said,
Time is
"You
not
take that
garbage.
back."
I haven't even finished it, and I can tell you. it's
Making
not
Yeah.
pancakes, making pancakes.
Yeah, no, Adventure
Well-
Time is amazing.
when we first
Hayden
moved
said
in,
Teen Titans original is way better.
I
Oh, no doubt.
I really wasn't.
No doubt, but I love Teen Titans Go.
I'm saying,
I really
if you take
wasn't a
shot
big-
every time somebody interrupts Ash, you'd be fucked
Oh,
up
we'd
by
be
the end of this
dead.
game.
What?
Watch her keep a mental counter for when someone donates that 500, it dresses up in chicken suits and
I'm saying we
That's
make
what
a
I'm doing.
drinking
I'm
game
keeping
here.
little tallies
so she
inside
knows
my
how many
head.
times to shoot us.
Right?
No, but like I really wasn't a big fan of Teen Titans Go when we first moved in. But John had it playing on the big TV, like that TV.
It has its moments.
There was this one episode that was playing, and it was just the Titans, and they were being so fucking retarded. It caught my attention, and then I looked at John, and I was like, "This is so fucking stupid, but yet so,
Right?
interesting."
Right?
And then he goes, you can't see anything because when you put your TV shows on, I get sucked into them, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is this?
You know, that is one thing you haven't really done since we got in this room is throw your show on and then leave.
Yeah.
But
But-
Grey's Anatomy is a good
But,
show.
well, no, like
no,
in
I
the
used
other
to play
room,
like
she's-
Say Yes to the Dress and stuff, and then
Oh yeah, no.
she'd get
What
up and
are you
just
doing
go to the
man?
bed.
Okay.
Say
That's
yes.
more on
and the
you.
best,
Yeah,
the best
no,
part
no,
is
no, because like
John-
she would be in there watching it, and me and Bash would be playing, and then all of a sudden it's like, that dress is shit.
like no,
and it just happens.
Right, you
It
suddenly
just
become an
happens.
expert on everything.
Yes.
Like, look at the fucking lines
Right,
on that.
like-
She's not gonna wear that with her neck bone. No, fuck
it
her.
was, no, it was
What is that
so.
filigree shit?
Look
Get
at
the
the way
shit
her
out of
collar
here.
looks on that. That's ridiculous.
It was so amazing because one day I was watching
You guys
it.
wonder why girls fucking really.
No,
pay
it was
attention to how
it
they
was
look.
I'm saying,
so.
when we're watching the Winter Olympics, we became fucking experts in
Yeah.
women's curling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
No.
I remember that.
It was amazing because one day they had just gotten back into Monster Hunter and I turned it on, and I was watching this.
No,
lady.
okay. To be fair, she would do this shit on purpose. She'd be like, "Say yes to the dress." She'd grab her phone and just walk out, and then she'd be gone for like 45 minutes.
It's because she knows that she's getting
Yeah.
ready to leave.
And the
She's
next
like,
thing
what
we
should I
know,
leave
we're
them
both
with?
just sitting here
And
watching.
then she'd come back to a discussion me and Bash were having about these fucking dresses, and she was like, "What are y'all talking about? Oh, you're fucking stupid. Get the fuck over it." And we're like, "Wait a minute.
No,
She
because
did
You
that.
started this
She
shit."
did that blind. What is it? The one where they locked them in separate rooms. They never saw each other. They had to
Oh,
decide if they
yeah.
wanted to marry him or not.
Blind date,
She,
right?
yeah, she'd put that shit on and then she'd just leave, and we'd be sitting here and we'd be playing, and then we'd finish the mission and we'd start. I wonder what he's gonna say.
Yeah.
no,
No, don't do it. That's stupid.
Right? Be like, "Don't marry this dumb broad."
no. The best part about all of it was I was watching this episode of Say Yes to the Dress, and this lady was going in for a Kleinfeld dress, like one of the high top notch
To this
dresses.
day, I still don't know what a fucking Kleinfeld dress
You
is.
lie like a
No,
dog in
I'm
the
serious.
sun.
I don't. I like.
Better yet, you lie.
Sola
like
said that
a
floral
frog.
design just ain't right.
And so she because she goes in, she
Where's
gets
my
the dress
lighter?
custom ordered, and John and Sebastian are like, no, fuck this, turn it off. I was like, wait, I want to see what she orders.
Yeah.
Like what she has and everything. She walks out in the dress. John is like, that shit right there.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Tacky.
Okay.
The lines.
Yeah, no, I know what
the
episode
beating,
this is now.
I hate it.
So for one,
So he does know, right?
like the dad or
No,
whoever
please,
it was.
enlighten us, sir.
Yeah, like the dad or whoever it was that was paying for this thing looked like a bouncer. Super redneck through the whole thing. The woman,
This is the
That's
dad
like
or
the worst
who?
fucking comic book hero ever.
yeah, like the Tick, but not cool.
Oh, that chick was
The-
awesome.
Tick is still amazing, but like she walks out in this
Follow
dress.
the laser.
She walks out in this dress, and I was like, oh, okay, that's not bad, whatever. And they're complaining because like something's not right or some shit like that. So then they walk out in the original version of the dress, and I was like, oh, sweetheart, that is.
I think there was this one episode, and we're sitting here we're playing D&D online, and she puts on Say Yes to the Dress, and it's like this nerdy dad, like real skinny toothpick dude, and he's got this blonde daughter, and they're in there, and he's like, well, how much is that dress? And she was like, this dress runs $45,000. He goes, no, that's too cheap for my daughter. But John and I are just like,
I was like, what the fuck?
45 grand for a dress that's too cheap?
And
Fuck
that she's only
you.
gonna wear once in her fucking life.
Yeah, and then there was this other episode, and like they're just showing like little clips, and as soon as
Play marriage is stupid. I'm sorry.
and yeah, as soon as they show the girl, like this is not going to end well. So it goes to commercial, and it comes back, and she rides in to the dress place, doesn't walk. She rides in on one of those little fucking hoverboards, and I was like, oh, this bitch.
So she's not old
And
enough.
No, she's plenty old enough.
She had a Starbucks cup that said Karen on it.
Yes. Like, no, yes. And she's riding in, and her friends are like walking behind her, and they're all like that. And
While she's writing it? Like,
yes. Like she has that little kind of pose, and her friends are walking behind her, and I was like, oh, this is gonna end really bad.
So
And
she's, what I meant, like, she's not mentally old enough to fucking marry anyway.
Apparently.
Or marriage is all that she's got going for her, probably.
Yeah, I want to say that more.
Well, what I
But-
I don't know,
but-
man.
but the way
I
that she
don't
talked-
understand
like-
like that whole women culture where like I'm gonna buy this this dress that has this what the fuck is it called, the trade, right?
Yeah,
The whole thing that
Yeah.
hangs at the, and all 6 of you bitches need to carry it behind me all fucking day. If I'm one of those 6 bitches, I'm like, fuck you, carry your damn dress.
Right.
If I'm one of those, I'm gonna be like, oops, I spilled my wine.
I'd be like,
you
you
wanna
better put some
attach a
fucking
little bit of
backpack
that
straps
wow.
on that, because I ain't carrying this thing for nothing.
Well, after one of the episodes, they were just sitting over here chit-chatting about one of the episodes I watched, and then I looked at both of them, and, I looked at them with a dead face. I was like, you two would be horrible to go shopping with.
Oh, yeah.
And John was
Oh.
like, I would point out every little
Oh,
aspect
dead ass, yeah.
of that
Yeah,
dress.
she would walk out in a dress and be like,
Looks
that
good.
thing, no, I'd be like, that is hideous. Like, just burn it right now.
What
The
other-
designer standing right there, like,
There's another
Right?
drama show.
Be like,
she
did
put
you
on.
make that dress? You should kill yourself. I'm just saying.
wait, how many fingers am I holding up?
Right?
No, I don't know, I don't see it.
Right? Answer a question. Is this 3 or is this 3?
The best part is when you think that I wouldn't have got they think that I wouldn't have gotten them into some of the TV shows that I've watched. It is hilarious when I turn on TV shows and then on the on here itself, they're sitting here talking about Kleinfeld dresses and they're like, I couldn't even deal with the designs. I couldn't deal with the beating.
Have they ever gotten ahead of you on a show that you were watching? Like, why is this on episode 8? I left off on 2.
Blind Date.
Huh?
The blind date that he was talking about where they went in and tried to find their significant other. They continued that.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that you turn it on and you're like, all right, I'm going to bed, bye.
And it's so funny
sense.
And then
because
we'd come back and we'd be playing, and she turned on, and she'd go back like 4 episodes. No, we already saw this episode.
Right? Be like, fucking move this shit forward. We already saw this dumb bitch.
She watched another show.
She picks that one.
Right?
I don't remember what.
Spoiler alert.
I don't remember what show she was watching, but it was like a drama show. And
That's not very selective.
I know, but I can't think of another way to describe it.
It's a whole ass genre.
Right?
Yeah.
She was watching a show with
It
people and stuff.
wasn't comedic, and it wasn't scary. It wasn't a mystery.
It didn't have anime.
the best.
It wasn't action adventure.
I think the best show that I got him into watching that I thought was fucking hilarious was Jane the Virgin.
I finished that whole series. It's actually a really good series.
All right, so guilty pleasure, like a fucking show you would never really admit that you love to actually watch. I have mine.
Well, let's see. I really enjoyed Jane the Virgin. It was funny for
There's
most
all
of
that.
it. It's funny, and
I don't even know what we're talking about.
it gives you a
Guilty
whole
pleasure
new
shows.
outlook on Mexican
A show you're
culture.
embarrassed that you were actually into,
You
like
know-
Yeah, no, I got
Um,
that, but like, I don't know what
Oh,
Jane the
dude,
Virgin is.
yeah, I saw commercials of it where like watching
It's what
Flash
they
and
would
shit.
call, I don't know how to
Wait,
It's a
pronounce
tele-
it.
Wednesday,
why are you going fucking banana sandwich on the fucking air
It's a
quotes here?
Telemundo. That's what it is.
It's what they
but
call
it's
it.
an American Telemundo.
Oh, so it's like
Yeah.
Fifty
fucking,
Lafayette. Ugly
a
Betty.
soap opera.
Yeah, the soap
Um,
operas.
See, mine's one of those.
Other than that,
Yeah, so was mine.
Ugly Betty was hilarious though.
Is it?
Ugly
Yeah.
Betty? Yeah, I never watched
It,
that.
it was funny.
I don't know. I don't think I have like a guilty pleasure show.
No, because there's not. Besides
really
Jane the
ashamed,
Virgin, I
man.
guess.
What's
I
yours?
couldn't think of the other one that
A
you were
fucking
trying to describe
Telemundo.
that I got you in.
But what?
I don't fucking know the name of it.
Ah.
Tori started watching, and I got all into that shit.
Dynasty's pretty great. I'm watching season 3 on Netflix.
Duck Dynasty?
No.
I was like, I know that
Not even
one.
close.
I get that reference.
Well, there's another one.
That's what Woody Harrelson says in Zombieland. Thank God for rednecks.
No, it's kind of like annoying because like what these white rich people are getting away with is like it's like that's what's happening right now, you know, like fucking.
I think the best one is
Not to bring it up.
Ghost Adventures that I get them into.
Now is the
Again, that
time.
goes back to the
This is
last-
the time.
That goes back to the last stream we did where fuck that, fuck all of that, burn the bitch to the ground, pour holy water on it, leave it.
Oh,
Oh,
Annabelle.
well, we're bringing that's a callback to the last episode.
She said Ghost Adventures. And I was like, nope, that's just one of those shows where I'm like, you're an idiot. Nope, you're a fucking retard. No, don't
Aaron-
tell your friend to go in there, you dumbass. You're the one that pissed him off.
Dude, you're still the dude in the van that gets murdered while everybody's in
Right?
the house.
right?
Like, you're in the van, like, I'm not going in there. Y'all are fucking stupid. They
Right,
come
like-
back out, your bowels are out.
Right, like in fucking American Horror
Monsters.
Story.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Roanoke.
Yeah, the fucking camera guys get slaughtered. That's this guy right here.
I was like, I'm not going near that.
Yeah,
Oh, no, I'll stay
What was that
300 feet
other
away.
TV
That's
show?
safe.
Yeah. Apparently
got
not.
you into.
What?
I'm trying to think of the other TV show that I watched
I
when
used
we
to get
first
so mad at her
started.
because when I'd go to work, I'd come home and she'd be watching MasterChef. I'd be like,
I love MasterChef.
the
Yeah.
fuck happened last 12 episodes?
Oh, that's
Oh,
annoying.
Yeah.
I think one that I started here again over again was Swamp People, and he started as he
Still
started
pissed.
as
He's still salty about it. I think it's too
No
soon.
shit, I'm all like, God damn.
She said and I
That,
looked
that
up and was
mood's
like,
always
oh,
changed
this
in the
one.
corner
Well, no, the Swamp People TV show that I watched.
that I watch. Oh, now it's her show. Shit.
Is it Naked and
Right.
Afraid?
No, Swamp People is where they're in Louisiana and they drive down the bayous in the boats and they go and they catch alligators and shoot them in the head and sell them for money. They do alligator hunting in the bayou, basically.
You literally just described like 4 different shows.
Yeah, well, like,
Well,
they're all
it's-
on the History Channel. too.
Yeah.
It's called
Or
Swamp People, and
Explorer,
these
right?
swamp people, they're
Yeah.
your typical Happy Gilmore mom swamp people, where it's the dead anaconda laying on the table. That's what's for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
Type of swamp people,
Like, if
Some
you,
people have to live like
or that hillbilly in the overalls from Happy Gilmore. He's got like the
Oh.
straw hat on.
So, as a hillbilly, do you like conscientiously make that fucking like when you're putting on your overalls in the morning? Is it like, oh, I'm gonna leave the left one unhooked today or the right one? Or
I
is
think
it,
they
or
flip a
just-
coin.
Yeah, right. Because
I've
there's
seen
always
the
one
100.
unhooked.
I've seen the 100. The 100 is a fantastic show.
Oh my god, that show is so fucking.
That show.
Oh,
you
we
seen
found one of Blue's triggers.
No, okay. So I always had this thing about having 2 TVs in my living room, right? Because I like to have like it was mostly for football, so we could have football on one TV and we could still be playing games on another one. One of my exes like would use it like to watch Netflix, and we would still be playing video games, and I would hear this fucking show. And I'm like, the dialogue on this is so fucking stupid. Like, you can tell it's a bunch of teenage kids that watch this shit. And then she'd be like, what's happening? I'd be like, fucking Connor got caught in the cave. Pay attention, Jesus. Like, I'm not even fucking watching it, and I know what the fuck's going on.
No, that shows exactly where the human race is heading towards right now.
Well, I mean, yeah, we can all agree the world's about to end, but And it better have better fucking dialogue than that goddamn show.
And we'll still be here, still doing
I
our
don't know, I
show.
think it's worse, dude.
No shit though, man.
But the
God,
one
I got-
I enjoyed the 100. There's a couple of good TV shows like Sons of
It's
Anarchy.
funny
I
'cause my little
fucking
brother
loved
yeah.
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
I was like,
Sons of Anarchy was amazing.
I still haven't watched that.
It's good.
Oh, it's so
really
good.
good.
Yeah.
Like
I like
that,
what's her name?
like that show was definitely binge worthy.
What's her name?
You're talking
know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh,
Al Bundy's wife.
Oh my
Katie
God.
Seagal.
Yeah,
Katie
that's it.
Seagal, right? Is it Katie?
I don't think so. It's the one that played the mom from Married with Children.
Yeah. Isn't her?
I don't fucking know.
Well, come on. There's like 9 things that you
Of
can
course,
access. this on.
Netflix had. What?
Had that. I think it's funny that I had all of y'all for like 15 to 20 minutes straight just talking about dresses. I think that's the best thing ever.
Did you watch the Cowboy Boots episode?
no.
Did she ever? I don't remember in the other office. Did she ever put
Let's
on
get
that
her
fucking
started on
baking
Boots
show? The one with the cupcakes and shit like that.
You're gonna have to be a
Cupcake
lot more
Wars.
specific
Cupcake
than
Oh,
this.
I fucks with those. Cupcake
Or
Boots,
she has this thing like when we.
My favorite one is the like they do it in England or something like that.
Yeah, the
British
Great
Baking
British
Show?
Baking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that show. I'll get down on that show, but I always felt bad for the contestants because it's like they're baking in that fucking greenhouse tent.
Yeah.
And it's like it has to be hot and muggy as shit in that thing.
I think I found my guilty.
Cooking with cannabis.
Cooking with cannabis is amazing.
No, well, is that the one on Hulu or?
That's
Net-
on Netflix,
Nah,
where
well-
they sit there and
Yeah.
well,
that-
they have 2 different cooking with
that's
cannabis
just-
Yeah, I
ones.
think the first one that
And then
came
she had
out
this
was
really
shit.
bad-
Yeah, the
habit.
second one is good.
Yeah.
When we lived in Kerrville,
Oh, Cooking
she
with
would
Cannabis.
put on Netflix. She'd put on RuPaul's Drag Queen.
I love
Okay,
RuPaul.
I'm not
And
gonna
then-
lie.
sorry.
and
I'm not
she'd
gonna lie.
get her ass
I
up. and
fucking
she'd-
love that show.
She'd
I
get her
fucking
ass
love
up
that show.
and she'd go to bed, and I'd be sitting here like playing Ark or something. And next thing I know, I'm just sitting here for 30 minutes watching. I'm like,
You're on AFK.
I'm sorry, but
I'm like, what am I doing?
I'm not gonna lie. I fucking love RuPaul.
I love RuPaul.
Oh no, he's hilarious.
Dude, he is so brutal to
I
some
think
of those
I
contestants.
think the best part about the the whole TV show, like when you watch a new episode, is when they at the beginning when he takes each contestant and takes them to a different like photo shoot area, and he's like, pose like this, bitch, sit like this, stand like that, put your arm up like this, you gotta pose like this, and I'm like,
I will say that on that show, I've seen some of the ugliest
Yeah.
drag queens in existence. Like, oh my god.
Now
So
there-
you've never
watched
been
it.
to the OP. Oh.
now
No.
there's some ugly, now there are some ugly drag queens,
Oh snap!
and then there are some drag queens that will make you think, is that even a dude? Like that's how
Yeah,
good some of the
yeah,
makeup is.
Yeah, some of them.
So I'm
Other
about to
ones-
throw one of my best friends under the bus.
Other ones would make Ray Charles.
You weren't
flinch.
there
Like,
for
it's
that.
Bad.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
So it was Halloween, and we were hanging out with Nay, and we went to the gay bars downtown, and Mr. Red's sitting there, and he's like, and I'm like, he's all like fucking Freddy Krueger over there, and I'm all like, that's a man. And he's all like, no, it's not. Hey, dude, take your shot, man. See what happens. And I was all like, no, fuck you, is it? That's a man.
Can't you see the
He's like,
Adam's apple?
No. I was like, his balls are bigger than yours. Yes, he is. And then Nay's coming back with drinks, and I'm like, Nay, Freddy Krueger. Oh, that's a guy.
What is it? And
He's
Jack
like,
was
fuck you, whatever. So
Jack
every
was
once in a
in
while, I'm
for-
like, oh yeah, does she look like Freddy Krueger or not? Fuck you.
what is it? Jack was in for a shock when he got a mouthful of cock. His real name was Larry.
Jesus.
Well, it's like fucking growing up. There was a buddy of mine, and like we always hung out. And we were at the mall one time, and there was this. It was a guy in front of us, but he had like really long hair. And he was like, "Oh man, I would hit that. I would hit that so hard.
Oh
like,
my God.
Like she doesn't even know what she would get." And I was like,
But it wasn't like a drag queen. It was just a guy with
"Yeah,
long
no,
hair.
it was just a guy with like a very slender frame. Like he was a really skinny dude, and long hair. And I knew it because I just knew it, and I had seen him. And my friend Bear is just talking like mad shit, and I'm not saying a fucking thing, and I'm trying not to laugh. And I was like, "Go for it, man." I was like, "What's the worst she can do? Say no?" He was like, "Fuck it, you're right." And he walks up, and the guy stops to like get something from a shop, and he just turns around and just walks right back to me. He was like, "Fuck you, fuck you, you son of a bitch!" And I was in tears. Oh, it was so good.
That's awesome.
So TV shows, guilty pleasure.
Yeah, Storage Wars. I know that shit's fake as
love
fuck.
that
Storage Wars is
show.
hilarious,
But Storage Wars.
Oh, Storage Wars?
Yeah, I know it's fake,
Is
but
it
I just
fake?
love.
Yeah.
it's
I love
so
it.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like their businesses are real, but I mean, of course, the dialogue isn't.
Like the dialogue is real, but
Is it like creative editing fake or like the whole thing staged?
no. Okay, so
Depends.
what the stage, because my brother does stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
that's what he does professionally. Is he buys storage lockers.
Well, no, I know it's a
And
thing.
yeah, but what they do for the show is they open all the storage lockers and they completely rearrange them. So like everything has one major item in it, and then they lock them back up, and then they go through it. So it's like
For the shows.
yeah,
Oh,
and it's
okay.
like I found this in this one, but like everything in those is planted.
But sometimes they're not though.
Yeah,
It's like they're
yeah,
blank.
no. In real life, no. Like my brother's found some really cool shit.
Yeah.
in
There
some,
were-
yeah.
I can imagine.
There was this one episode
People
that
do
we
it, you know?
watched,
Oh, yeah.
and like the older couple, I don't know what their nickname is.
Yeah, on Netflix, right? You're
Yeah.
talking about? Yeah.
Yeah,
The
they.
Canadian
Like if you watch the first season, like
Yeah.
it literally gives them like their fucking
Their own-
backgrounds.
yeah.
And shit.
And like
Yeah,
they
it's
go
like-
to a
like-
locker.
Like the fucking instigator, the fucking
Yeah.
the only one I can remember is the instigator.
I
'cause
don't
he
remember
fucking
which
instigates
one it
everything.
was, but one of them found fucking BDSM gear, and it was the most
It was
funniest
funny.
Yeah.
thing I
Yeah.
ever seen.
But there was this one locker that the older couple found, and it was like 10 to 12 guitars in one locker. They made like 8 to 10,000 off that one
Yeah,
locker.
they make money, dude.
And I was like, oh my god. Because there was like 5 Fender guitars
Damn.
and like 2 of popular music singers' guitars in there, and they were signed and everything.
Like
and I
that's
was
had
like,
to have happened where somebody's watching the show and like, that's my fucking locker.
Oh yeah. No, I would imagine so.
yeah, but when you sign a storage locker contract,
No,
it
yeah.
states if you don't make your payment, they can.
it's
Yeah.
theirs. No, I know that, but I'm saying like there has to
Yeah.
have been a few people that totally regretted
Yeah.
not paying that
Oh,
$12
yeah.
that month.
like the guitar, like that there was some guy watching that like, oh,
There
they're,
goes
like,
my collection.
Like, yeah, like those were mine.
At least you know where it's at.
well, that
It's
whole
in a better place.
that whole season, like those 2 seasons, they're filmed up in Canada.
I'm like, how if you can afford that?
Yeah,
Like
for real.
fuck.
Yeah.
Wasn't there one about like Airbnbs too? Did I not watch that with you guys? I thought it was with
Oh yes.
Was it-
Hotel, Instant Hotel.
Instant Hotel, yeah.
Instant Hotel.
Yeah, so that one is about like people renting out their homes and shit.
So it's like
I've
4
heard of
groups
that.
of
Yeah,
people.
I've heard of that.
And they go to each other's like Airbnbs and they rate them, and the people that own
They
that
host
property
it.
that time, they judge them as guests. So like there's a whole strategy like, oh, I'm gonna be nice to them because we're the last ones going, so you don't rate your guests too poorly, and then other people just don't give a fuck.
They're like,
And then they set them up with stupid rules. It's like you have to follow these rules if you want to stay at our Airbnb. And it's like,
And yeah, I mean these people they travel a lot, so they fucking
Yeah.
And it's an Australian thing that they
or some bullshit.
that for that one on
Oh,
Netflix.
there's a-
No, the only other one that I remember watching was it was like a group of truckers, and they all bid for like different contracts. So it's like something would come up like, oh, this has to get hauled from here to here.
Ice road truckers?
No, it's not that one. But like a contract would come up, and like these 6 different truckers would get notified, and so they would have to bid against each other on who would get the contract. And usually, like what is it? There was one that had to transport like some big ass tanker or some shit like that, and he only charged him like $2,000, and said that he could get it there in 3 days. And then he got like flat tires and like the buckles on the hitch broke and like shit like that.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a
Yeah, but see, for shows like that, I think that's all staged for drama. To build up the.
I don't know, but I mean, it has to happen in real life
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
You just
I
get
mean,
fucked in the middle of
yeah.
nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, some of it can be staged, but like a broken coupler, like you can't stage shit like that.
Yeah.
another TV show that I got them into was Extraordinary Homes, like where they go
Oh
around
no,
the
I've
world.
always been into that show.
Oh.
I've always been into that show. Like
Tiny
Is
some-
that the one where they
Tiny
take like
houses.
silos and like
Yeah.
turn them into shit?
Yeah.
Your
Like-
shit with your tiny ass house.
That-
This- oh, she put that shit on while I'm playing. I'd just be like, how are they? Oh, as the cabinet just fucking lifts up and suddenly there's
Yeah.
another
Like
Yeah,
room
some
over
of the
there, and I'm
tiny
like,
houses that they have built that I've seen on Netflix, it's like How?
See, it's like I
It
don't
looks
think I
like
can
you're
fit
walking
in the
into
tiny house.
fucking Hermione's fucking bag and shit.
That little tent that's like a fucking full ass. But yeah,
Cue
like
awkward laughter.
right.
Oh, you don't know that from Harry Potter.
Yeah, I'm not a Harry Potter.
No.
But no, I could never do the whole tiny home thing. Like
Shame.
just my desk.
For shame.
Lord of the Rings is Star Wars.
Lord of the Rings.
The Hobbit. I'm just kidding.
Lord of the Rings.
We can't even talk.
At least Lord of the Rings didn't have an extra 3 movies that completely tanked the
Really?
story.
Because I'm pretty sure all 3 of those movies were
It's just
extra
'cause
movies.
Disney took over.
Yeah, but they were they at least decently followed the book.
No, they did not.
They
They
did.
didn't fucking veer off of the entire original storyline.
Oh, that's right. They just had shitty fucking acting.
Oh, yeah, shitty acting. I'll give you that, but still, it was still
All they
better
did
than-
was fucking walk. Hey,
Right?
Pick
Like
the
that.
Orville.
Like that
Oh, I
fucking
like
comedian. This is all 3 of the fucking Lord of the Rings movies.
no, that's
the first
Clerks
one.
too.
Walking. Is it? The
Yeah.
second one. We're walking. Third one.
Yeah. And instead of fucking getting on that big ass dragon that flies everywhere and
Yeah.
taking him to fucking Mordor or that's the volcano, right? Or no, is that
Sure.
the guy? Bye.
Mordor.
Whatever.
Yeah, like wherever he destroys it, why didn't they just jump on the back of that dragon, fly there, and throw it in?
Then the movie would have been over.
That's because
Good,
all
save-
3 movies were unnecessary.
Good. Save us all the fucking 6.5 hours.
Why
Even
didn't
the
Obi-
fucking trees walked in that movie.
Why didn't Obi-Wan just cut Anakin's head off right there at the volcano?
That's a good point. But the reason that didn't happen was because he couldn't. Like, to do that, it would have made him the bad guy. And there always has to be the balance.
He had no problem cutting Darth Maul in half.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Several times.
But they knew Darth Maul wasn't. He was the apprentice. He
He
wasn't
had
the
no
master.
problem
Yeah.
destroying General Grievous.
Again, not. And then Grievous wasn't in.
And by that
So
point,
that's
Anakin
from-
was a bad
from
guy.
the
By that point,
series that they
Obi-Wan
released
knew
on
he had
Disney+.
slaughtered all the
Ooh,
younglings.
that shit.
And
Really?
but okay, that was
Because
another
it
thing that was
leads right
foretold
into-
too. That there was
Nice.
always
Right
going to be
into
brought a
the
balance. It
what
never
is
said like the dude that brought the balance was going to be good or it was going to be a Jedi or a Sith. There was just something that was going to balance everything out. Just so happened to be a Sith that time.
Dude, you need to watch the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
It's-
It would have
It's-
been.
it's
It would have
so
instantly
good.
been over if Obi-Wan had been like, "I have the high ground." Splat, cut his head off, throw him in the lava. Call it a day.
not so much though, because it was never about Anakin. It was always
True, but,
Palpatine.
yeah, but you also have to take into consideration, like
Yeah.
by this point, like he had grown to love Anakin.
Yeah.
And like no one thought that Anakin was like gonna be able to.
Yeah, sure. He just
do that.
slaughtered a bunch of innocent children for no
Yeah,
reason.
but nobody could even believe that of him. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, he's straight off his path. But I mean, to murder little kids, watch the video.
Hayden, to,
Oh shit, that was murdering a little kid.
Right. And to be fair, he didn't veer off the path. He fucking
Yeah.
like hard
Yeah,
right turn and just
yeah.
fucking went off road. Like he was like
The slight little bump in the
yeah,
road
yeah,
was
like
his
like,
mom dying.
like
That's
the fucking
it.
yeah, like the Jedi Order was like, oh no, he just like no, and Anakin was like, yeah, fuck this. Burn!
It's
Hayden,
because some of the shit, but that's because again Palpatine,
But-
you know, fucking
but
groomed him and like
In the
was
same respect, like it
manipulating
brings
everybody.
a whole new light to Anakin when you watch the Clone Wars. Like I mean, it's just like you see the other side of Anakin.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
because no one,
don't
because
get
all
me
you guys
wrong.
know is Darth Vader, right? Like from.
Well, no, don't get me wrong. But as you know, as came in Battlefront, the first character I unlocked everything for was Anakin. He was one of my favorite freaking characters after when they did Attack of the Clones
I know we
and
discussed
Revenge
this
of the
last
Sith.
time, but I don't think you were here for that. Like, would you consider Anakin and Darth Vader the same character?
No.
No, they're
They're
two
two
different
people.
entities at
Yeah,
that
they're
point.
considered like if you talk to if you listen to anybody that's speaking about Anakin and Darth Vader, they speak about them differently.
Darth
Yeah.
Vader
A
killed
lot of
Anakin.
people don't know that they are the
That's-
same people, but the people that do know still speak about him in two different.
Vader
Yeah.
killed Anakin, and that's
See, I wouldn't so much say that Vader killed Anakin.
And I like the way that they did explain that though, that he did kill him because
Yeah.
he killed off the last remaining
Yeah,
part
but
of...
like the way I see it is Anakin died, and then Vader was born. Like I don't think Vader specifically killed him, but I think one died while the other one was born. Like that's how I see it. Because like you really got to watch like when the last good part of Anakin just died, and then that's when you started to see the birth of Vader.
And then also with that too, like when Anakin came back, he wasn't full on like Darth Vader yet.
Yeah.
It was when he got lied to, and what Palpatine told him like, no, you killed her and your kids.
Yeah.
You know, like that was it. Like so he had nothing else.
Yeah.
Anyway, still better than fucking Lord of the Rings.
I don't know. Like
Maybe,
I hope that they steer you in the right way, but
Maybe
it's
I can
gonna be
agree with
bumpy
that
for
up
sure.
until the last 3 movies. Because the last 3 movies, I just didn't like them.
Yeah,
Honestly,
have my
I
problems
felt
with
more
them
like
too,
Disney
but-
was just cash grabbing at that point.
Well, okay, cash grabbing is like Solo and like all
Oh,
that
yeah.
shit. Like,
Yeah.
I haven't even brought myself
Like
to watch them because I don't want to
they're
fuck
My
it up. for me.
favorite movie
They're
out of the new Star Wars that had come out was the one where it shows what how they got the battle.
I feel like
plans.
if any, no, I feel
Rogue
like
One,
those
is that
are
what it's
not.
called?
Yeah,
That
Rogue
was
One.
probably
Like,
my
if
favorite
anything,
one out of all the last
Well,
movies.
well, it's like I love all of them, but it's not like, oh, they're the greatest movies. Like there are definitely like holes and flaws in each of them.
Yeah, I
You
think
know.
that's what makes you more like that proves that you're like a bigger fan because it's like no, I do disagree with that because it shouldn't
Yeah.
be that way.
But I think that's why I'm more Star Wars than Lord of the Rings, is because I think it's like the overall library of lore in the Star Wars universe, whereas with Lord of the Rings it's what, 5 books?
But I feel like a lot of people, they're pissed off that now it's lore.
What do you mean?
Because it used to not be lore. It used to be like set in stone until Disney bought it, and now it's considered lore because
Yeah.
things change.
But
Yeah.
the same can be all said for like canon and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's where a lot of the issue lies when it comes down to people who diss on the new
what?
Star Wars movies and shit.
To the Bothans? Bothans?
No idea what he's talking about.
Can you believe we have 45 subscribers on YouTube?
Really?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
He's like, oh.
I still keep up with that.
Right, there's at least
However-
5 other people in this chat than us.
I'm only bringing it up because like as
If
each
one of
week
these
comes
days
by, like, I
we
keep
can
noticing.
figure out how to do the both, like Twitch or YouTube. Twitch is doing a thing where if you have an average of 3 viewers over a certain period of time, you become Twitch affiliated.
Well, we were almost there.
Yeah, just Twitch stopped.
But we were almost there.
But Twitch just
I
kind
know,
of
we need to
stopped.
stop taking months off at a time too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
Rogue One did
but
completely
to-
return a lot of the lore, and like I said, Rogue One was my favorite of all these new ones that have come out because it shows you what happens and how they got the plans.
Yeah. I think my biggest complaint with the newer movies, especially the last one, and Blue and I have talked about this quite a bit, is that there are things. Actually, Hayden and I have talked about this. There are things that happen where it's like, oh, this is a thing. Moving on, and it's like in Star Wars you can't do that.
Yeah.
It's like when in the last one when Leia gets up and like she's been good the whole movie and then all of a sudden like instantly she's just weary and she's feeling old and just worn out, and rather than explaining like what
You said
happens-
return the lore, not retcons the lore.
Well,
Jackass.
I feel like they had no choice with that though.
Well, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, what,
yeah,
what
but
do you
it-
expect them to do with
Well,
recast?
Well, yeah, fair enough in that instance, but there are multiple times in the last movie where they do that, where like something will happen, and rather than
Kill
like
it.
building on it or explaining it or something like that, they just skip over it and keep going. And there
Like
are,
kind of like with the healing and
yeah, yeah, and it's like there are certain instances where like you can't just be like, oh, this is a thing, moving on. Like you need to
But the,
give
the
it
healing's
some.
like something that like it had been brought up in previous movies.
Yeah,
before,
yeah,
too.
but it was
Yeah.
never
It-
done, right?
Yeah, it was just now we're
Well,
seeing it for the first time, and it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
'cause I
but-
think that's one of the ways Palpatine convinced Anakin to
Yeah, and
switch
that-
is
that
because
was
he can grant
exactly
him
the way
greater
he did it.
powers to cure Padme of her injuries and
Yeah.
her illness.
Yeah.
And it was after losing his mom, he is kind of like, well, I mean, he
Well, that's
definitely
why you
knew
guys
that was a
watch-
weakness for him.
That's why this is why you guys need to watch
Mandalorian?
The Mandalorian, because that's kind of like what they spilled out there for the movie.
Oh, don't get me wrong. When I'm gonna re-up Disney Plus because I want to watch The Mandalorian for one. For two, Kenobi starts soon.
You have Disney Plus, and we haven't watched Mandalorian.
Huh?
Huh?
No, I haven't watched Mandalorian yet.
But you have it?
I don't have Disney.
I
Plus.
gave it to you.
No, yeah, I know, but it's because he said
I
I'm
don't
gonna
have
re-up
Disney
Wait,
Plus.
you have it?
on my phone. He gave it to me, but
I was
I
like,
never
you know that
I
shit
never
casts, right?
watched. No, it doesn't. It won't
It
let you
doesn't
cast
cast?
anything.
No, but if you have,
The only thing I've watched is Avengers.
That's like one of the other best things to watch.
Right. Well, I mean,
But The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
if you're about to say Star Wars or Avenger, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I'm gonna go with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There, at least they stay semi-consistent through everything.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like for them to do that though, and they do they stay like as close as possible to the way the books.
Yeah.
Well, not the books, but
but that's another argument that we've had is, and it's the same with like the Full Metal live action to the anime. Like there are things you can do in comic books and animation that you just can't do in live action.
That's true.
That's
Yeah.
for sure.
But the MCU, like they've stayed as close as absolutely possible between what they can do in live action and then what they can patch with CG. Like they've stayed.
I feel like Netflix
goddamn
has the money
close.
though. Netflix has the money. Don't fucking.
Don't rush
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. No. Don't pull another Avatar, Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Live
Right.
action movie.
I don't know. I guess from their point of view,
You
the
know
way
what?
that people are,
I'm
they
not
have
gonna
to
say
be-
this with a light of heart. Go watch Dragon Ball Evolution. Go ahead. Go. Go watch
Again, I
it.
haven't seen it in so long.
Go watch it. Go watch it now that you've watched Dragon Ball Z. Go ahead.
Okay.
And then you'll understand where my burning hatred for that movie came from. Where they suddenly introduce airbending into the Dragon Ball universe there. It's the Kamehameha. It's just a form of airbending.
That's what they say.
Yes, that is literally one of the lines there.
What is it though exactly?
What is what?
What like when they're doing it, it's just balled up energy. Right? Right?
It's
That's
key.
what it is? Yeah. Okay.
It's
That's
key.
what I thought.
It's like the Rasengan.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so they were just trying to over
I was like,
explain it.
yeah.
They were just trying to over explain
I get that reference.
Call back.
Yeah.
That was my reference.
But what they did,
Hey, I've been
what they
referenced.
did in, what they did
I'm
in
going places,
Evolution
Mom.
is like he's sitting here with a bunch of lit candles around him, and Chi-Chi comes over. Chi-Chi comes over,
Fucking,
and she's like, "What are you trying to do?"
Oh,
And he's
goddammit,
like,
welcome to Wong Fu.
"Yeah." He's like, "I'm trying to do the Kamehameha that my grandpa taught me." And didn't he say Grandpa Roshi? Or
Yeah.
no, Grandpa Gohan, because they actually had a
don't
Roshi.
know.
But he's like, it goes like this, and you compress your key into one point, and then you bend the air around it. And she goes, "Oh, so like airbending," and then she just does it, and I'm just like,
She never does it. In the,
No,
in
no,
the
no.
show.
and she's like this, and she goes, and then she bends the air, and
Oh my
it's
God.
it blows out all the candles, and I'm like, she goes, "Yeah, it's just a form of airbending. Every martial artist knows it." And I'm just like,
I don't think that's how that works.
I'm like,
I can
Well,
imagine.
like
It's
I
because like
understood
people
Goku.
can't really picture the chi. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to like grasp that.
Honest
idea.
trailers, Dragon Ball Evolution, yeah, because they
Yeah.
have the voice of Lanny Bator for Vegeta, and they, where the fuck am I?
Well, it's not any worse than the fucking
Wait.
Street Fighter movies.
Yeah,
Especially
The ones with Jean-Claude Van Damme in them?
no, the
your
second
most
one.
favorite actor
The
on the
second.
planet.
No, the
I had you with that movie though
He's
the
your
other
man
day.
Yeah.
crush or what?
huh?
He's your
I
man crush.
fucking hate him.
No,
But,
Goddamn
but
much.
there's something about him that makes him crave Belgian waffles.
Yeah, I don't understand that. But no, the second one, The Legends of Chun Li.
He's from Belgium.
Like basically, no, he's actually not. He's like Swedish or some stupid shit.
No,
like
I think you thought he was Swedish, and then we found out.
that. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Don't know.
If you get him talking, he'll go for like 30 minutes straight.
But it's like they do the same thing when she's doing her fireball. Like they'd make this whole thing out of it, and it's just like an air ball that they just kind of push, and it's like that's not how that. No, like,
Push was a good movie though.
Push was a great movie.
Now that
Laser
Evan,
pointer.
What's his
Wait.
name? Evan.
Chris Evans?
Yeah, Chris Evans.
Pregnant girl
Now
ran
he's
away.
Free from Disney.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a push too.
Oh, I hope so.
Maybe.
I'm trying to remember how it
Did
is.
you hear they're having a hard time
What?
casting Fantastic Four?
Like, they didn't really leave like.
Nobody
No,
wants
there
it.
was enough. There was enough.
No one
for-
wants it, but
So-
Disney's
but
really
maybe not with the
pushing to
same
do a
writers.
remake of
Maybe.
Fantastic Four.
Dude, what?
So Disney announced that they're casting for Fantastic Four,
Now,
to remake
now
it.
if they go with the plan that they've announced, I'm actually pretty stoked for it.
But they're having such a hard time casting for it.
Well, no.
Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
Oh
no,
man, any fucking actor worth his salt is gonna be like, no, fuck that movie. It's ruined like 8 careers.
Yeah, no, but
Yeah, technically.
what is his name? He's one of the guys that played in The Office. But
Bad jokes.
but he really wants to play Mr. Fantastic, and his wife wants to play Susan Storm.
Prego!
Have you ever watched The Office?
No.
Okay, well, one of the guys in there has always wanted to play Mr. Fantastic. And he's got the look for it now, and they're talking about casting him. And
Is it like one of the prankster dude?
yeah,
Okay, imagine.
and they want to cast this guy's wife as Susan Storm, the Invisible Woman. They just don't know who to get the other two. And if they actually follow the story that they've, announced, it could actually be really fucking good. But if you don't get a good person to play the Human Torch, and
Because
the
it
thing,
could feed right into the Marvel universe.
oh
right?
yeah,
They-
oh yeah. Well, and it's
That's right.
yeah, it's supposed to just go into the MCU. But I mean, the other ones have been the other.
I want to see
Yeah.
like the next story arc that I would love to fucking see like the MCU go for is World War Hulk.
I mean,
It could go so
They kind of
many
ended that
places.
though. They're like, nope.
I
we're not
really
doing
hate how
that.
they did Ragnarok and included.
World War Hulk.
Yeah.
Like they touch on it, and
Yeah.
then.
But
But it's one of those things. It's like Old Man Logan. Like you can only take that so far before it's just not family friendly anymore. So I really think that they did it
Yeah.
the best way. Like okay, this is a thing, and then it's leading up to this. I think that they did it really really well like that. I think that what I'm probably most excited to see is where they take the Iron Man saga.
Yeah, because
Because-
they've already said they're continuing the Iron Man.
Yeah,
saga.
because there is going to be a new Iron Man, but it's not Tony Stark. It's was it Riri something? And then Pepper Potts carries on with her suit.
right.
You're all right, Aiden. They would have to make bad guys out of their entire cast at that point.
For
He's
what?
talking about the Hulk.
Well, I mean, not technically
No.
bad guys though, because
No.
it was more the Hulk that went bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a whole thing because the Hulk went berserk, and the only
And it was
thing,
just an accident, what
Yeah.
Strange and Fantastic did.
Yeah, the only thing that they could do was get him off of Earth. And when they touched on that. They put him in a ship and they blasted him off, and then the ship malfunctioned. And he landed on, and then it goes from there. Like, they explained everything. So it's been touched on. And then I knew you were going to fucking go there. And then they just moved forward. So I don't think it would make any sense to spend an entire movie on something like that.
Or an
Unless-
entire fucking saga. Like,
Yeah, unless it was like Old Man Logan, where it's like, okay, this is that movie. But they've got the graphic novels, they have the animated movie. Like, they've done it.
Another thing that I had always thought that they were going to do more of was, how they did X-Men Origins, like Wolverine Origins?
Mhm.
I thought they were going to
Yeah,
do more
straight up.
characters. They only did Wolverine. They did that one movie. We didn't get any
it
other
was because
origins
it was
of
shit,
Okay,
right?
okay.
But
So-
that was a bad movie. But
I remember when it was
it had
leaked,
potential.
and like
Yeah,
you would
but
watch it. And
yeah, but that's the thing. In Origins, like in the graphic novel for Origins, there weren't a lot of characters because
Deadpool
it
in
was.
there.
Yeah, but see, originally he wasn't.
And like the Gambit movie never happened.
Yeah, but like in the graphic novel for Wolverine Origins, like there weren't any other like big name mutants because it was how this guy was in the special forces, and then he got put into the Weapon X project.
But I mean, like the Juggernaut and Professor X being brothers. Like that's
Yeah.
something you could.
Yeah, but that was never in the original Origins.
No, well, yeah, no, it's part of.
Not in the graphic novel.
That's a thing. Yeah, they're stepbrothers.
I'm
No,
gonna make
they're
him kick
they're
you.
actual brothers.
No, I thought they were stepbrothers.
No, they're actual brothers. But the problem is that in the graphic novel, like that was never part of it because Wolverine Origins is just about Wolverine. It's his path from being just a guy to becoming Wolverine and everything.
But he
he's
wasn't
had to-
never. He wasn't just a guy. He had his.
Well, okay,
X gene.
yes, fair, but it starts when it first appeared, and
Yeah,
then,
for sure.
then it's him basically evolving from him being a kid to, Wolverine.
They went through that.
And here goes-
It wasn't like
Here goes
him
Chris
evolving.
on his whole fucking spiel of I'm a nerd.
It was like 5 seconds of him like growing up, and then like now he's out of the war and shit. And now he's with his with his brother fighting in the war, like several wars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it happened.
So
That
Chris,
actually is
yes and no.
smell like
Yes, because that
It
did
tastes
happen,
pretty
but that was in the
good.
alternate universe.
Who's this?
Kilika's Chris.
No, who's Lily?
That's
or
Hayden.
Lil? Who?
Yeah.
Hayden? Yeah,
Um,
I like him. He's right.
But yeah,
Oh no, it is Kilika. That's talking about.
Yeah.
yeah. See, all of that, Chris, was in the alternate universe. That was never in the original writing. Whenever they re-released the graphic novel, that's when this happened. Hayden in the Ultimate Universe, yes, they were stepbrothers, but in the original storyline, they're actual blood related. So,
Payback for my nipple. She grabbed my nipple, so I gave her a wet lily.
oh, okay. But
Give you another wet lily later.
Professionals, guys.
no, we're not.
No, we're not.
Order at the court.
I'll have
All I
cheeseburger.
could hear is Hayden saying, no, 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 stop that.
Take one and pass it on.
You want one?
Yeah, I'm
He's
just
like,
gonna-
are you
I'm just
gonna
gonna do this to trigger
not
most people because that's the
pass?
only reason I buy Kit Kats.
That is how you eat a Kit Kat.
But I'm good to call it there.
Yeah, it was fun.
How long have we been going?
Hour and a half.
A little longer than our normal. We've been doing an hour lately.
Yeah.
But I also noticed we switched to once a week.
Time flies when you're talking about bullshit.
Well,
Especially dresses.
it's just to keep everyone posted on this thing. Like, with everything going on, we're trying to make sure we don't, get into that as part of it. So this once a week thing is.
No. Once a week thing.
Well,
we've
give
been
me
doing it
time.
Well, we
once a
should
week since we
definitely
restarted.
stream a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like the actual video games and stuff. But yeah.
Minecraft Dungeons. I will stream the shit out because it's
Yeah.
funny as fuck. That's a good game. We're having so much. What did I say when we watched the preview for it last night?
He was like,
I was like, it's like Minecraft and D&D ran a train on.
on Diablo.
It's because it's
On
like an
Diablo.
actual story, right? Like
Yeah.
it's
a
like,
full-on story.
it's a
That's cool because
full-blown
that's what
story.
Minecraft was missing for a minute.
Yeah, but the cool part is like when you go in, you don't have like, okay, this is the mage, the barbarian, blah blah blah. You just have your character, and then as you're playing and getting gear, then you make your class. So
Build your character to fit your play.
I realize we haven't had Vinny on in like 3 weeks.
I know, I
Yeah.
keep telling you guys to
Yeah.
check on him because I don't have a way to.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Yeah.
but
Well,
You
I mean,
guys-
he posted on Facebook like 3 days ago.
Call
His
him.
family
Oh,
and
did he?
him were out there.
Why don't you try calling him before we wrap up?
Yeah, I'll call him real quick. Let's see if we can get Vinny on.
You think it's an appropriate time?
I don't care.
Or is it? It's one of those people that you
Yeah.
As much as I love Vinny.
yeah, because it's probably it's 2:00 for him.
Yeah.
What is he down
But
in
you
San
would stay
Antonio?
watching us anyways. Well, we were a little bit later today, though.
Yeah,
Good. But like, we're just asking for a 10-minute spot.
make sure he's
I mean,
okay.
10-second spot.
Yeah, I just wanted to give him a shout out. Let's see.
So, who's your favorite dress designer?
I don't have a favorite. You can ask
John?
him. I'm not a big fan of dresses.
I don't fucking know.
He's lying.
No, I really don't. All I know is that there are some pretty dresses and some really fucking ugly ones.
Now, for me to even go shopping, it had to take him and Crawford to drag my
Benny.
ass into the mall.
Benny. Hey, we're all just checking in on you.
You're on the podcast.
You're on the podcast, by the way. We've been good.
Why
We're
are you
just
on
checking on
speaker?
you because he is on speaker.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, we've just been worried about you. I think we woke him up.
Did we wake you up? Okay.
He's like, hell no.
No, you just
Is it the
last
middle of
time
the
you
game?
were on the show, you know, in the chat, you told us you had tested positive for the virus, and we hadn't heard from you since. So
Don't worry, I'm alive.
he's left. Well, we were just checking on you before we wrapped up the podcast.
Did you get a haircut?
I did. I cut all my hair off.
Oh, that's awesome.
I didn't pay for that. Did I pay for that?
No.
No.
Nope.
But did you donate the hair?
I don't know what she did with it.
No, I have the ponytail.
You still have it?
Oh, like he's
It's
won.
either, as long as you have it.
Yeah.
A little pink ribbon around it.
No, it hit what, like 105 the other day?
Yeah.
And we were outside working, and I was like, nah, it's too hot for this crap, and just shaved it off.
That must have been a decision, though, for sure.
It's something I'd been debating the last few weeks. So, but yeah, no, we just wanted to call and check on you and see how you were doing.
I'm good. I've just been fucking helping other people out, I guess. Whatever other people need to do, stuff like that.
All right, man.
Other shit, so
Yeah, good to hear from you.
this week.
Yeah, it is good to hear from you.
We'll call you on Tuesday.
Yeah. Go back and stuff for the weekend.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap up the show, so we just wanted to call and check in with you before we did.
Sure thing.
All right.
You guys forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that bell notification button.
God damn it.
Yeah, we
We
never,
missed
never
that.
say that.
No,
No,
he's
that was
always
always
said
yeah,
it.
it was
Yeah.
always-
He's always said it. All right, man. We'll catch you later.
Y'all take care.
Just say it, bud.
Bye.
Yeah, he's always one that in the comments he's like, please like,
Yeah,
follow,
because we said
subscribe.
we don't do that. And
Press-
he's like, well, I'll do it then.
Yeah.
It's like there's no rules against. Oops.
Nice.
He said there's no rules
Way to
against
drop Vinny.
viewers. But all right, guys. I mean, that's it. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I have some stuff I got to run around on Conan real quick before I jump on any other game. But I'm gonna jump on Conan. I got to take Hayden through a few things because he's been gone quite a bit, and Solo and I have kind of wrecked shop on there.
Raid, Shadow Legends.
We are not sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. I would not let that game sponsor us. I'm sorry. It was not a good game.
What was it?
Raid Shadow Legends, it's like a turn-based RPG game for the mobile device. And it's so hyped up, but it is not a good game.
Interesting.
Now, Bleach Brave Souls, that's a good game. I'd let them do that. It's a fun little RPG game.
Nice. Alright, guys. Well, that's going to be it for the night.
Shut it, free money. You are correct.
Yeah.
You're right, Vinny.
I guess we'll try to be back Tuesday as long as everything goes according to plan. Until then, guys, thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for continuing to follow us. We still have no idea why. But I'm Mind Business 01.
Margaret Smith.
Mr. Blue, no damn me.
Macaulay.
Chaotic Bash.
And that random mosquito that fucked with me right at the end.
I saw that shit too.
Also, next Thursday will probably be the last time we do get together for about a week.
Yeah, we are going out of town next
Oh
week.
yeah.
So
Yeah, so we'll be taking a week off, but we'll give you guys a heads up on that.
We're not taking a week off.
It's like, hell no, we'll still watch it over there and just be
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
chat.
There you go.
For sure.
Macaulay Culkin signing off. But guys, especially right now, with everything going on, take care of each other. You know, help each other, love each other, and as always, be good people. See you later.
Yeah.